Gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Company of Heroes 2. Here we are once again live streaming a shoutcast whilst we are also recording locally for the YouTube. So we do have a 2v2 today, because hey, why not? Lots more action in 2v2s. Less strategy generally, more blobbing.
Yeah, more blobbing, but always, you know, a bit of fun, a little bit of interest there. So, playing as our Axis, it is going to be looking at our red alt switch over Destiny. He's going to be playing as our Wehrmacht, along with a Hoi-JS as our OKW.
Yeah. So, at least we're on Moscow outskirts. This is probably one of the 12 2v2 maps that aren't terrible.
Yeah.
Not a fan of maps. They're either like really over-cluttered urban, or they're really choke pointy, or...
There's a lot of reasons
why. Not a fan of 2v2 maps, unfortunately. But other than that, we do have double Soviets here. Pit66 and Sebuj J66. That's some next level synergy there with their names.
For real.
Con spamming actually, so that's nice. We're not seeing Maxim spam.
No early tier 1 either, so we won't be seeing any snipers at least for a while. Just a lot of conscripts.
Yeah, which is really interesting. Building Soviets building conscripts in 2v2s, it's risky because they just don't scale well into the mid game once you start to see LMGs, once you start to see Obersoldaten on the field. But I reckon we will start to see tier 1, tier 2 come down, just not immediately like what you're generally used to.
We're seeing some combat engineers moving out. They're actually going to be capping points now. Kubelwagen finds its first squad of the game. It's going to be an early one out here for Hoi-JS, but yeah, just a lot of conscripts. I mean, en masse, they do a pretty good job.
Yeah, and they're actually good against Kubelwagens, because if you get a teenage, you can just kill it really easily with Ura.
Oh yeah.
Spamming out some barbed wire, actually a good move, because that protects the cutoff. Didn't quite finish it though, unfortunately.
Definitely came close to it.
MG coming down as well here, but a lot of conscripts are moving in, and they are split up, so can't suppress all of them. Going around the corner for the Kubel. That road makes it very hard to shut the Kubel down.
Really nice MG arc, actually. It's shutting down pretty much the entire entrance there and forcing conscripts to actually bolt. This squad will get pinned.
Yeah, we are flooring it. Landed the AT grenade on the Kubelwagen as well. A very, very fast AT grenade.
They're going to get that.
Yeah, easy mode. Destroyed engine. Really nice play here by Sebuj, managing to get the really quick AT grenades. That's why it can be risky going for Kubels against Soviets, where... Sorry, against Americans, it's pretty safe. Also, the M3s will kill Kubels pretty quickly.
Yeah, I definitely think there was a really, really nice move actually coming out. Super early 18 nades. It's not really something to expect, but it's a really nice way to deal with the early pressure that the Kubelwagens actually do put on. So
looks as though we have Hoi looking to place down a battle group headquarters. Can they capitalize on it and destroy it whilst it's being built? I don't think it's scouted.
Yeah, might be revealed.
Oh, it's revealed?
Yeah, no, you can see it. Yeah, for
sure.
That's
the wrong faction. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I can't see it.
Yeah, I can't see it, no.
But even then, I don't think there was much potential to actually take it down, as it was protected by Grenadiers and MG42s. But getting the map control are our Soviets. Well,
our allies.
Our. That's actually hard to say those.
Our allies?
The allies.
Yes.
So, good map control. If they can hold this with some sandbags, it will be a nice move. Sandbags give you some pretty good defensive territory. Only 3 squads of cons here. So, we may see the engineers retreat after the fuel point and then get a tier building of some kind.
Definitely wouldn't surprise me, but yeah, absolutely no territory held by Axis. They really did have to groups try and deal with the conscript pressure that was coming out. Now that battle group headquarters is actually down. There's going to be forward healing, and it's a really nice spot to put the battle group headquarters in. It's a pretty common spot on Moscow outskirts. You can be sieged if you give up the middle, though, so you really can't lose control of where you are.
That is the issue. It isn't in the open, so a Zis can kill that pretty easily, where normally you'd want to try and have a battle group headquarters behind a building or a hedge or something that obstructs the vision and makes it harder to actually kill with M1s or Zis guns. Any kind of AT guns along those lines.
Oh, yeah.
But I think we could see our Soviets rush a T-34 or a T-70. They have double fuel and the entire map. The fuel advantage is going to be quite significant.
Definitely looks like it's pretty hard for Axis to actually deal with this. They're just blocking through the middle here, but they don't really have any points that they're holding on to at the moment. We really would like to see them push out and at least contest the left-hand side fuel. Given how close the battle group headquarters actually is, very easy for them to move some units over there, especially given the conscripts did back away. After taking so much damage in securing that fuel point. No sandbags actually being laid down by our conscripts just yet on that field to try and hold it.
Was that a Wehrmacht sniper?
Not sure. Doesn't look like he has one.
I swear I saw a sniper icon.
Did you?
Or maybe I'm making things up.
You wouldn't do that, would you, Machine?
No. Unless it... No. Is that
you reckon it died, or what are you looking for?
Oh, that's MG. I thought it was.
Yeah.
I thought it was a sniper.
No,
Okay,
I don't think so. I mean, looking at manpower-wise, there's no way he'd be able to afford 2 Grens, a Pioneer Squad, 2 MGs, a mortar, and a sniper. Like,
I thought I'd
be asking a bit too much.
I thought I just saw the icon on the minimap, but it's alright. Molotov's coming through. Nice work, preventing the Grenadiers out of the cover, so they will get shredded by the conscripts behind the stone wall. Rifle nade going through.
Ooh.
That was a really lackluster rifle nade.
Yeah, I think it was kind of predictive as well. It was a little bit back from the heavy cover. Those conscripts do not want to get in that building. I mean, they might win this engagement. Chances are the Strumpizers are going to shred, especially at close range.
Oh, nice Molotov, though. They can juke around the garrison. Nice work. Retreating probably would have been there. Ura a little bit late. If he gets out of this one, this is a really nice play. Strumpizers will have to chase through the Molotov. Nice.
That was beautiful play.
Oh, but the MG42 may wipe it on retreat, getting behind the trees, so it will block the vision for now.
Second volley doesn't actually go down there. More conscripts on the right-hand side now as the munitions tries to be taken back. Conscripts should lose this.
There's so much manpower float from our Soviets, though. Going for the double tier 2 now. So maybe saving up for, say, a heavy mortar or shocks or guards. That's the only reason why I could think. Yeah. They do have 2 command points each, so they can get those call-ins.
They're very, I think they're trying to wait. I don't know what they're waiting for in terms of selecting one. I mean, you definitely do want those shocks or guards ASAP. As soon as you have the command point requirement, you want them on the field. They make such a huge impact. I mean, we've already got Panzer Fusiliers coming out on the side of our OKW. He's got his Sturm Officer there as well. Did lose a Sturm Pioneer squad. He has been losing a few squads. OKW to these engagements because the conscript squad actually won that.
G43 is coming out on the Panzer Fusiliers, giving them a lot of extra damage. MG wipes it.
Nice. And
that's actually risky going for that because we do have a massive fuel lead for our Soviets, and we do have a very early tier 3 coming out. He could rush a T70 quite quickly, and given that the munitions was spent on the G43s rather than the Shrek, the only AT is going to be the Pack 40 coming out of Destiny, our Wehrmacht.
And no repeat effort to speak of yet from our OKW. Really no AT on his side. Ooh. And yeah, most of the sync was into those G43s. It's a pretty big investment. And double tier 3 here for our Soviets. So this could spell trouble for our Axis. They don't really have any way to deal with these early tanks. Especially
when you look at the choice of infantry coming out of Destiny. He's only got 2 Grenadiers. And then he's got a bunch of support weapons. And the Volksgrenadiers obviously don't have Shreks. So these light vehicles are going to have a lot of potential for some really nice plays. He knows the MG is there. He's walking into it. He did lose a squad to it previously, so a bit of a misplay there. But actually not going to be getting some... Oh, there we go. There's a suppression.
Just in time as well here. They were standing right next to the... Oh, Molotov actually goes down now as well. But one of those conscript squads is extreme low. They're going to have to retreat through the MG as well here.
The Sturm Officer giving a buff to the Panzer Fusiliers with the G43s, making them incredibly potent.
Really not the engagement that you're looking for. Those G43s are deadly at close range.
Deadly at every range.
Oh, yeah. Grenadiers starting to get some of those LMG upgrades now as well. At least one squad with those. And our Axis are starting to get a bit of map control back. They do have their fuel. That's a pretty major thing for them. We must be getting pretty good.
T34.
Yeah,
T34.
One T34, one T70, is it? Or, okay. Not a bad idea, I suppose. Looking for those T70 squad wipes and the T34 just for the more consistent damage output and something you play a little bit more aggressively with against these packs.
The reason why there is the fuel disparity, why there isn't 2 T34s, is because Sebuj actually went Molotovs and AT grenades, whereas only AT grenades for Pit. Shocks have come out, which means we have our commander lock-in. We have the Shock Motor Heavy Tactics, the Shock ISU, and the guard motor coordination, so the T-34-85s. Heavy mortar is always nice on Minsk, given the blobbing and the camping with the battle group headquarters.
And this was actually the combo that I was thinking about, but speaking of that, the world's biggest conscript blob. It's going to be moving out here, got to be careful with that mortar, but ooh, that's a headquarters going down. Can the conscripts get there in time? Focus it! Go, go, go!
Yeah, they can focus it quickly here. They can also AT grenade it as well. MG setting up, and they get out of the arc. Nice play. That Panzer headquarters will get absolutely destroyed. MG's setting up, though. Can it suppress in time?
Quarter hell!
Yeah, that's going to drop here, even despite the suppression. The conscript... Oh, he won! Oh, T-34. Okay, there we go.
I got scared there for a second.
Come on, T-34, I believe, takes out the Panzer headquarters.
Nice.
Rakenwerfer is firing alongside a pack as well, I believe. Faust. No, Faust. Was the AT grenades. Lost the T-34. He could have juked upwards and he would have kept that alive. T-70 at the south though, but taking out the Panzer headquarters is a massive blow. Will delay the Panther or the Panzer II or the Obersoldaten especially. All of those units are so impactful. And the T-70 is still on the field for that presence.
Yeah, and look at that. Sniping down Grenadiers like there is no tomorrow. And this is actually the combination that I thought we might find. Shock heavy, because you don't get marked target with that, but you do get marked target on guard motor coordination. So you do have the marked target as well as the ISU, plus you have conscript repair, of course, going to be available for Pit. And that's definitely nice to have.
Oh no, T-70 got to be careful. The pack setting up. The attack speed nerf on the Pack 40, definitely going to be giving the T-70 more freedom.
Yeah, conscripts are focusing, not focusing the Storm Officer. Really should be focusing there, trying to drop him. And really should retreat here. Going to throw the Molotov. Actually does manage to escape. Some of the light cover was actually, some of those fences were actually crushed, so it gives the conscripts a better retreat path.
The conscripts were Vet 2, so they had a lot of extra accuracy in their engagement. This is a bad spot to be in, though, for our conscripts. Now that the G43s have also hit Vet 2, they're going to be treading, running through this blob. Well, I wouldn't call that a blob, it's getting there. The two squads of Gren, especially with the LMG, it's going to be a very punishing retreat path. Even with the Shreks as well. Meanwhile, up the north here, we have a nice flank with our shock troopers.
Beautiful.
MG getting caught out of position.
It's going to go for the reface.
Yeah, the conscripts can Ura in. And when you have shocks on the battle group headquarters, very, very hard. Gotta be careful though of the bunker. It has an MG, so it will suppress the shocks. Pitt, he realizes it, so he is moving out of the firing arc. But the Grenadiers will have some nice damage. Nade going through onto the Vox is dodged. Rifle nade as well, going to be very, very powerful. Shock's going to have to retreat. Nice flank, but couldn't make... Oh, he loses it!
Loses it, yeah, to the MG42. Actually reset up again. It's going to be moving now. Can reinforce from that battle group headquarters. T-70 looking for the Pioneers down the bottom now as well. Conscripts are a little bit too deep now. They're not going to be trading cost efficiently. No,
not by any means. Losing that shocks is a massive blow. But that bunker's really smart, because they can just sort of stay the Grens in front of the bunker, and then they don't really have to worry as much about the shocks or getting caught, because they can just move through the bunker.
It's going to be very, very hard to deal with.
So if our allies can hold this left fuel, which isn't really contested, then they should be fine. That being said, though, we must have some sort of tech coming out of our Wehrmacht. No, maybe not. Looks like he's going to be just waiting for his call-ins.
Hasn't actually gone for a faction yet. Destiny still holding that one in his back pocket. Of course, having the Tiger Ace available if you'd like to go for it, and a Tiger as well. Does have
Tiger
some
Ace?
Tiger.
Luftwaffe.
Oh, it is Luftwaffe. I get really confused because I see the blue and I'm just like, oh yeah, man, it must be Tiger Ace because that's the standard pickup here. G43 is in close range though. They're going to be careful of a Molotov.
Oh, nice. Oh wow, that's a lot of damage from our conscripts. Molotov. But they will retreat relatively unharmed. Molotov as well comes onto the Vox. Nice work there, coming out of Sebuj.
Yeah, it is Luftwaffe. It's obvious now.
Yeah. Rifle now going to be very powerful. It gets the wipe.
Nice.
Luftwaffe was nerfed significantly. No longer as breaking as it used to be. We've had some games where we lost to Luftwaffe supply crates, making squads invincible.
It was kind of hard to deal with.
Yeah.
T-70 is still roaming around. Playing pretty safe game, given there's two packs on the field as well as that Raketenwerfer, does have to be fairly careful.
What's nice to do as well is when you have a light vehicle, another squad of shocks, is try and poke here, because you'll almost always see a fuel point on this spot. So if you drive your T-70 or your Stuart or whatever you have, drive it around here, try and poke down the fuel cache. Get it low. I'm surprised we haven't seen a fuel cache there. There's one here for our Soviets, because they're such safe spots, it's really hard to punish them. Whereas up here, it's pretty out in the open, so you can actually punish that pretty easily.
Whereas the ones at the back are a lot easier, behind buildings and fences and stuff. And ouch! Yeah. There's the heavy mortar.
That's exactly what I was referring to. The heavy mortar is going to be a nice pickup on Moscow outskirts with this playstyle. Gets another squad of Vox. Shocks are moving in, but there are MGs lying around.
Definitely are closing the gap here. Yeah, the MGs are backing up for the moment. There's another truck up here as well. Not sure we want to build. Now would not be the time to set up though. Yeah, S-Mine's going down as well here. Shocks have got to be careful.
We'll prevent some flanks. Nice work getting the fuel and the VPs back. I don't think our Soviets can really engage us efficiently, but as long as they can hold the field, they should be fine, and sooner or later the mortar will chip away. T70 going very, very aggressive, a ballsy move here, given the proximity of those Panzer Faust, but a really nice play, not able to rotate the pack in time.
That was really, really beautiful. Got some serious damage down onto the pack there.
Almost
nice micro, yeah, from Sebuj. Wow.
That was a Soviet mine getting two of those Panzer Fusiliers conscripts rotating up. Really, all our Soviets have to do is just don't engage the blob, hold the points, and try and engage as much as they can without fully committing to the blob. And sooner or later, the heavy mortars will just get crazy wipes. Yeah, 8 kills already.
Yeah, already veterancy 1.
And that's what happens when you blob like that.
I wouldn't even be mad if there was a second heavy mortar at this point. I mean, the blobs are really that hard. And given the engagements that our allies are actually going for, they're being like really aggressive. They're sending conscripts forward, and that's going to give the heavy mortar some nice shots to be able to take, as long as you have vision on the area. So
I really like these sandbags. Sandbags give conscripts a lot of durability, especially if you're able to capture an MG42.
That can definitely help.
Going to be suppressing the blob here. What is that firing? Is that a... That's a Zis barrage. Didn't quite hit anything. I thought it was a pack howitzer. I was like, there's no Americans in this game.
I did as well, and then it was like, there's no Americans. It's a pretty similar mechanic, actually. Like
projectile, it looks quite similar.
Yeah.
We do have our Germans capping up the right side. Nice to try and get as much territory as much as possible. Ooh, rifle nade, very punishing. That is the downside of the sandbags, of course, is when your units are quite clumped up, they do take a lot of damage.
That they do. I'm just going to be backing up and now healing up here. Bit of agency coming down for our OKW. He does have it on his Panzer Fusiliers on those Volks as well, thanks to the Shreks. Nice little munitions investment there. Just finding about 1,000 manpower though, so I really should be building something out of that, like another Panzer Fusilier squad, for example. Not really sure why saving that much manpower.
There's no reason to have that much manpower, especially when you have access to such an easy call-in. The Panzer Fusiliers, very, very cost-effective. And when you have Raketenwerfers from your HQ, easy AT, there really is no excuse to float that much manpower. Unless you're saving up for something, and really, what is there to save up for? Not when there's any fuel.
T-4085s have hit the field, and they've already hit their squad wipes.
Whoa, there's a 2 Shreks though on that squad. Yeah, very, very powerful spot to be in currently for our Soviets. Oh, we do have a tech coming, a Panzer IV coming out of Destiny. Bit late though for it, considering his 9 command points. Tiger is available with 2. Panzer IV is not going to be very effective against the T-3485s, especially with the marked target available.
Might be enough to hold the line with the help of the packs here, but given how far behind our axis actually are in terms of map control, they don't want to be holding the spots they're at the moment. They want to be being a little bit more aggressive. P70 still chilling around the bottom here, really has been helping out in these engagements, stopping the Grenadiers from having free reign.
And the T-70 is so good at holding territory, because it means that the Germans can't attack this left side until they have either packs or Panzer IVs. And rotating packs is clumsy and awkward, but Panzer IV coming in now, that's going to be the ideal method. There are mines though, got to be careful that they don't detonate while being planted with a Panzer IV. T-70 is firing as well, but there's a pack and a P4, so can't engage this army here. Needs to rotate down those T-34s, as we do see now. Nice response.
They are rotating in. The P4 not going to be taking the bait though and moving in towards the mined area. As you're saying, there were a couple there. Oh no, that's the wrong direction, people.
Uh-oh.
There's a mine right there.
Where?
Like on the ground.
Here comes the T-34's rear armor, will ensure penetration. There's 2 packs. Nice preemptive positioning from Destiny. The T-34's taking a lot of damage. One more shot will take down the Panzer IV, and it backs away just in time. Packs. Oh wow, one of them gets wiped.
Yeah, one of them getting wiped there. Those T-34s really are on point as well. Grenadiers are going to be backing away as well. Another engagement in the middle here. Mortar does actually get wiped there. That absolutely sucks. Almost had veterancy 2 there. Yeah,
veterancy is very nice to have on the heavy mortars. Can they snipe the pack, or will it get recruit? T-34s need to be repaired. They are pretty low on health. Nade going through. Does a bit of damage there. Forces the retreat. Pack will get recaptured.
Yeah. It's going to be grabbed up there by the Grenadiers. MG42 doing a pretty good job of holding the line. It's going to be a lot harder now that heavy mortar isn't actually available anymore. Really going to have to be recruited ASAP.
And sniping that Panzer headquarters was so important because there's almost going to be enough fuel for that Panther, but there's no Panzer headquarters to call that one in. So he's going to have to stall for the Jagdtiger, and that's going to be quite a while with the lack of fuel and with the fuel handicap. He doesn't even have the tier 2 for the fuel transfer either.
Dasty's not going to be a lot of help himself. Really did invest nearly everything that he had into that P4. So not to go for a call-in now. Of course, does have the elephant available eventually when he has the fuel.
ISU's coming soon as well, and the problem with the G43 Panzer Fusiliers is they don't have the crazy received accuracy vet bonuses that Volt Grenadiers get, where you ascend. Oh, he steals the heavy mortar!
Yeah, it gets taken away there. Really, really late capture there by allies. Really should have gotten that a little bit earlier. They also have a Zis gun. Everyone's trading supporting weapons.
That needs to be a priority. Giving away a heavy mortar is a huge blow. That's the first real piece of good news for our Germans, so they're able to engage pretty safely now, and sooner or later that will start to inflict a lot of damage.
First ISU is going to be on the field though. Those combat engineers are going to be wiped.
Ooh,
I think they ran over a mine though. The ISU starting to roll down the map. We'll have to see what I can do here.
Going to be very, very powerful, especially with the Battle Group headquarters exposed. It can snipe that one away. Zis guns and packs. Not safe either. The ISU brings so much destruction from afar.
It's going to be rolling up the middle now. Have to see what it decides to go for. Really does need those companies to start scouting it out there. Has the T-34s for support as well.
Mortar taking the MG quite low. Veteran C2 on one of these packs is going to be more powerful with the attack speed. T-34 on the side does have a nice angle on the Panzer IV, but not with the packs there.
Packs going to be turning around, able to help that one out quite easily. ISU is going to be firing in the middle now as well. ISU starting to fire onto those MGs. Hits a lot of ground. It's trying hard.
Our Soviets are rather split up now. They're all over the place and not really consolidating their forces together. But still does take a shot from the pack, and then the Panzer IV as well. Nope. Gotta be careful driving through your own mines, because they will detonate if something hits it. A lot of AT guns here.
That comes pushing up to help that IC now in the middle now as well. The allies have rotated in here now. They're really collaborating their forces to manage to wipe that Zis, which is nice. Very low shock squad.
Loses it. Negative cover, and a vet for Panzer Fusiliers is very, very powerful here, but that's a pretty scary retreat path with a squad of shots ready. Nade goes in as well, wipes the vet for Panzer Fusiliers. Very, very important as that late game vet for OKW. So, so strong. Wiping those vetted squads. Really, really important. Not many squads left here, only 2 squads, and look how much manpower Hoi is floating, 1,150. That's why he has no squads in the game.
He hasn't been building them.
Would recommend building squads when you're floating over 1,000 manpower. Again, it's not like there's any other things to be saving up for when you have only 200 fuel. Here we go. More Panzer Fusiliers, more Volks, but when there's no veterancy, they're not that strong against Vet 3 cons and vetted shocks.
And they really could have been on the field quite some time ago.
Yeah, getting the veterancy, fighting back the map control. Could be a very different game if there were 4 more squads from both of our axis, if they were actually spending their manpower. And there's going to be another round of T-34s in the ISU coming out pretty soon from our Soviets. They have a lot of fuel in the bank, despite teching up.
Yes, indeed. So just have that forward reinforce now as well. Oh, the mine in combination with those shocks. That may just be enough here as well. The shocks are just absolutely deadly.
Nice.
On retreat. That's a Vet 3 squad. Doesn't get the LMG.
One of them was actually killed by the 50 cal on the half track.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, you have to bear in mind, those half tracks actually have a really strong main gun.
Oh, yeah.
Especially then when you do upgrade it with the quad. So the T-34s are chilling with the ISU. Really should be attack grounding. There's no reason not to attack ground. Even if you're blind, just, hey, attack ground. Why not?
See what you get out of it.
Yeah, especially when you know where the Panzer headquarters is.
Oh, yeah.
Especially when you attack ground with, like, a Jackson and you hit something. Like with tank destroyers. Oh, there we go. Nice ISU shot. Hard spot to be in, though, for our Axis. Killing the ISU, it's never easy, especially with an army of T-34s defending it. Jagdtiger coming up soon, though. In about 60 more fuel. And Jagdtiger's very, very strong against the ISU.
They're going to put a lot of pressure on, though. The T-34s are going to give it a lot of defense. T70 is actually still alive. It's been balling hard. It's going to be looking for those grenadiers on the side now as well. Really, our allies are spread out across the entire map, which is nice. It's working out well for them. People's actually going on the chase. He's got to be careful of mines.
Oh, that's a bad spot to be in. The pack setting up as well. These packs really are keeping these tank engagements in the favor of our Germans. T70, though, going to town on the MG, but a Panzerforce will connect, and that's very, very deadly. MG will get wiped by the looks of it. Vet 2 giving the T70 crazy accuracy. What happened to that garrison? Panzerforce still hasn't been fired yet as well.
It is fairly non-existent at this point. People's very, very deep at the moment as well. There's Shreks there on the ground. First shot doesn't actually penetrate. Mark target went down. Not enough, though.
Wow, the T70 gonna wipe the Vet 3 grins.
Oh, that T70 is balling extremely hard. Holding that side for our allies in true form. Our allies have this entire map for most of the game, really. 203 VPs for our Axis, 331 for our allies. Allies definitely in the lead when it comes to those VPs, are starting to bleed quite heavily, and with these ISUs coming out the field, it's going to be a lot easier for them to hold their ground.
Yeah, other than that, another ISU available, another T-34 batch being called in. Yeah, another ISU. This is a really, really hard spot for our Germans. The Jagdtiger is going to have a pretty big impact. Another heavy mortar being called in as well. What about artillery's flying? I think it's that heavy mortar.
Yeah, it's a heavy mortar. Yeah, the German heavy mortar, the Wehrmacht heavy mortar. It's Vet 3 now.
Oh, wow.
With
How did that happen?
27 kills, yeah. Well, it's been making a huge impact.
No. That's a light mortar.
Is it a light mortar?
Yeah.
Oh, it is too. 34. Yeah, it is a light mortar.
So it's been there the whole game.
Yeah, that would make more sense than the heavy mortar being captured.
Yeah, so we'll have to see how the Germans going to hold out until the Jagdtiger, but even then with that many T-34s, they can probably just go balls deep. Panzer IV, it's getting near mines. A AT grenade can penetrate from the front, if it's lucky. Does it penetrate? Nope.
Nope.
Keyword was lucky in that sentence.
Very, very big keyword there. So now 2 ISUs as well as those T-34s. Really not going to take much for our allies to go balls deep aggressive here.
But really, I gotta criticize Pit66. He's not really attack grounding. Oh, is he attack grounding now?
I'm not sure.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, yeah, there we are.
Focus
yeah, it's focus sighting.
Because the ISU doesn't have that many kills. 0 on 12. Okay, that's the first one. So, it's been doing a bit. Pack's still firing. Vet 3 pack. Shots are moving up as well now, so...
Moving through the net cover that against those.
Yeah, it's really starting to have an impact now with his ISUs. Panzer IV on the chase. No mines there. Just actually wipers this, though. T-34 is facing up. Conscript's getting pretty low.
Backing away fairly sure. It looks like they're going for the Zis here as well. T-34 takes the shot. And looks like the Grenadiers are going to be backing away there.
While the shocks are in really, really deep. Sturm Pioneers, they're going to be pretty powerful. Nade, though, may even wipe the M mortar if the shocks can get close, but they can't. Sturm Pioneers will hold the line. Not going to be that effective at wiping because of the armor on the shocks. So
vision for the ISU there. I think they just really wanted to deal with that mortar. It's obviously been a pain for our allies to be able to deal with that, especially when it hits Veterancy 3. I mean, it's got a pretty high fire rate, less scatter. It's hard to deal with, and it's thanks to that cannon barrage really is taking that heavy mortar quite low.
275 fuel for Hoi. Jagdtiger can't be that far up with the VPs. They're getting just a little bit low. And if there's a lot of mines, the Allies can just play the VP game at the bottom and the top and not really worry about the middle where the Jagdtiger will be set up.
Definitely looks like that's what they want to do here.
That's a risky move. Going to get caught by the Panzerfaust and the Shrek. Tree, though, will give him extra protection.
And here's the T-70.
Yeah, it's Vet 3 by now. Very, very mobile. And it's really crazy, when you hit Vet 3, you use the sight range and it gives like half the map vision for the ISU. So then you can just be really, really strong. AT grenades once again not penetrating the Panzer IV. Vet 2 giving it extra armor, making it harder to penetrate, especially with those AT grenades. ISU... Are we firing with the ISU?
ISU's looking for something to fire upon. Finds a Strum officer. Can he actually hit a shot? Yes, he can. Gets 2, including the officer there. It's going to have to retreat. Like to see it start sieging this battle group headquarters.
Yeah. Conscripts walking into Pigger, and it's not exactly ideal. That is going to be a bombing run. Risky move, considering he knew that the Jagdtiger is coming. The Panzer Fusiliers are on the same commander as the Jagdtiger, and generally you'd want to save that bombing run for it. Didn't even do that much damage. Ooh, packs are going to get taken out here by the ISUs. Engineers moving up as well with the Flamers. Packs are firing pretty quickly though. The ISUs taking a bit of damage, but it will wipe the Pack 40. T-34's marching in, and here comes the Jagdtiger. Not a moment too soon either, as the infantry is being decimated by these tanks. Nice Panzer IV flank. No guards for the button, and the T-34s need to protect these ISUs.
They're trying to come back now. The people, it's not keeping the rear armor here. It's trying to play safe.
He captured a pack, and with a marked target as well, he will lose the Panzer IV very, very quickly. Destroyed engine will be the end. Main gun destroyed, and there goes the Panzer IV. A nice try, but not going to be enough to keep them in the game. Here comes the Jagdtiger and an Ostwind, an interesting choice. A very interesting choice.
I don't know how that's really going to contribute to these battles here. A lot of squads are being wiped here. Another squad of those bolts does go down as well here. Veteran 3 on that T-70 is balling extremely hard. Ostwind, I'm not really sure how much impact it's going to have here.
He needs to get another Panzer IV for the AT. Will be nice against the infantry though, but even then, Panzer IV's not too bad either. Jagdtiger claims first blood on the Vet 3 T-70, one-shotting it down without a chance. There goes the vision for the ISUs, and look how low the ISUs actually are. They can get taken out by the Jagdtiger incredibly quickly. The Jagdtiger is on the field. ISUs, they know what's up. Gotta be careful. ISUs will get vision, will reveal themselves when they fire.
Oh. So you're gonna take one more shot there. That Jagdtiger is balling extremely hard. A lot of damage output there. ISUs gonna have to back away here.
Maybe the saving grace for our Germans, but there's still 3 T-34s, and with only an Ostwind and not even any packs, not much potential. ISU, there we go, T-34 firing as well. They can also ram it for the damage engine if they so desire. Did we lose an ISU? Not, main gun destroyed. Lucky crit there for our Soviets, and this is a bit of a gangbang situation going on. Ostwind can't contribute. Nice flank on the Jagdtiger, but it will get taken out. Cruise shock. T-34 is going to close this game. Jagdtiger just a little bit too deep without any supporting 8C, but there was none left and none available. There drops the Jagdtiger. GG being called in. Really, really well played by our Soviets. They had the all-out aggression in the early game, and then they capitalized on it with the T-34 and the T-70 in the mid-game. And once the Panzer headquarters went down, there was no chance for Obersoldaten, no chance for Panthers, and the P4 was just not enough because it was too late. Really, really, really nice played, and that's, I guess it goes to show, as allies, you have to be aggressive in the 2v2 matchup, because if you let your opponent start blobbing the LMGs, start blobbing those Volksschrecks and the Obersoldaten, it's hard to compete. So well played. Any last words?
No, that's pretty much it. But yeah, once you have kind of 50-50 map control, you're in trouble as allies.
You need more than 50-50.
You need more than 50-50. You need to take control over the middle.
70-30.
Yeah, 70-30 is a pretty good amount to have, and that's what our allies did have. Really balls out aggression early, and they just, you know, followed that up with medium tanks like you have to.
I gotta say, like, absolute shout out to these guys for winning a 2v2 with, like, no snipers and no maxims.
Yeah, that was really nice.
ISU, but yeah, it's kind of hard to play like team games without ISU. But no snipers, which was good. Just really good conscript positioning.